If you're feeling overwhelmed, this is your gentle way to come back to your body, come home to yourself. And if you're new here, I'm Becky with Illuminate with Becky. And today I want to talk about creativity. Creativity can give your body a way to process and release emotions, practice presence, transmute energy, and bring back emotional balance and return emotional balance. So when we get stressed and our nervous system starts to get heightened and uncomfortable and we feel it in our body, we can feel the overwhelm in our body. It's due to all the unexpressed emotions, the tension in our body from the stress, the pent-up emotions, the fight or flight mode that sometimes we get in. Sometimes we're under a lot of pressure. Sometimes we want to control things, and everything is in a heightened state. Our nervous system is dysregulated and we feel nervous. And usually anxiety or other feelings can come along with that. Creativity can help you move the energy instead of suppressing it. It shifts you out of fight or flight mode and takes you to the present moment. Anytime that you're doing creativity, it's going to automatically make you present because you're no longer in your head. You are actually physically doing something. You are creating, like you're mixing paints or you're dancing and moving your body. Your focus completely changes onto the act of what you're doing and creating instead of analyzing and repeating things in your head over and over and over due to that overactive mind because of the stress. So when you create intuitively, whatever that may be, you are helping yourself no longer overanalyze, overthink, and you are no longer repeating fear-based thoughts. And instead, you're coming back into presence, being in the present moment, practicing that, and you're connecting to your senses, like feel, touch, and smell, where you're feeling, maybe a paintbrush, or you're smelling the paint, or you are touching the paper or canvas. You're using your senses, and that's helping you come back to your body. And more importantly, it is bringing you into a flow state. And flow state is really important because it helps you connect more to your intuition. And the flow state helps relax you, and it helps you tell yourself that you're safe. So it helps kind of decompress the stress, relaxing your body more because you're in a place of flow where you are moving slower and you are intuitively, creating something or moving your body, whatever it may be. It's a natural state that we can get into when we're in place of flow, when we are not trying to control things and we do not have resistance, where we can ease up all of our senses and our body can relax. And in this flow state, we can feel safety. So flow state is super important when we are trying to create something and trying to relax our nervous system. So creativity also gives us a place for our emotions to go. A lot of times we try to think our way to our emotions. We try to think through, what does this mean? How can I change these emotions? Or I don't want to feel this way. So what do I got to do to get out of these feelings? And we analyze and we get in our heads. Emotions are actually physical experiences. We feel in our body. We feel our heart racing. We feel our senses heightened. We feel physical responses to things that go on. And when our nervous system gets dysregulated, when we are in overwhelm, or when we are in fight or flight. Well, creativity gives us a way to process and express these emotions. And we do that with color and movement, sound and texture, and storytelling and play and symbolism. Oftentimes we cannot put emotions, we cannot always verbalize what our emotions are saying to ourselves. Sometimes we have a hard time saying what grief feels like, or what anger feels like, or longing, or being exhausted, or being in pure joy. sometimes there's no words for those things. And by using our creativity and expressing ourselves through color, through arts, through paints, through writing, through movement, through flow, all those different ways help us process it in ways that our voice cannot. And that expression itself can be very regulating to our nervous system. So creativity reconnects us to our body and ourself. What happens is that stress and trauma may tend to disconnect us. It brings us less connected to our body, more in our head, more tension, more suppress feelings because we don't want to feel whatever's come up. We try to numb it. It can take away from our intuition or in our play. It's hard to be in a playful mode sometimes when we're in a fight or flight mode. It can take us away from our pleasure and our identity. So creativity gently rebuilds the connection through sensory experience, and that is by brush on canvas or music in our body. It could be hands working on clay, just the rhythmic movement of moving our body to music. It's the visual beauty that we create, and it's our imagination. These all can signal safety in our body. Just doing a little bit of creativity can create micro moments of safety and some sense of control. It can activate your sense of power because of the choices that you are making, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment of creating from nothing to something. And it also helps develop self-trust. So especially for sensitive empaths and overwhelmed people, creativity says, I can influence my environment. I can express myself safely. I can exist without performing. I can let go of control and be in a place of flow and create my own rhythm. Creativity is not just about making art. It is emotional movement, self-connection, energy expression, embodiment, and nervous system communication. In many ways, creativity is about how the body remembers to feel safe and be fully alive again. And I think that's one of the things that I love about creativity is that zest that comes through, that feeling of aliveness, coming back to yourself and creating something from nothing. And then the pure expression and makes me feel alive. So in summary, you can use creativity to come home to yourself. And it's such a beautiful thing. I really encourage you to give it a try. Thanks for watching.